In ancient times, this sacred mountain was sealed by the dwarf deities with 5 powerful.
Let's skip that boring part and let's dig into business. I need your help.
Hey, where am I? This is a bit different from what I visited earlier.
Hey, come here quick.
Oh, me?
Yes, you.
How dare you to interrupt my story? I am the mountain.
Well, as I was saying, this is the Misty Mountain and has two things about it. One, it's filled with golds and diamonds. And there is some kind of weird magic.
What was the last part?
Instead, you can mine any dwarf streams, and all you need is a pickaxe.
Any dwarf streams?
Hello, everyone. Welcome. Today it's Friday, and we're here with Fred and Ferd on the stream today, like we had last.
Hello.
So, welcome, Fred. Welcome, Givesh. How you guys doing today?
I'm doing fantastic. I'm having trouble getting into the draft gallery. Were you able to load into the test site?
Oh, actually, no. I did put to load in, but I got stuck at.
Yeah, I think there might be something wrong with the Sandbox servers.
Actually, do you remember when these crashed last time, and we also got stuck in here?
Right at the end.
Yep, right at the end. Interesting. Okay, I'm going to close mine and open again, but hey,
Yeah, I just
don't.
did that. I just shut down the Sandbox and opened it back up, and now I'm stuck right where you are.
And Sparky Snickle saying OG was having trouble today as well. Yeah, Draft Gallery isn't working right today so far. Thank you for that feedback. Okay. I was already starting to think, like, is it something related with the single player components on the multiplayer map? Is this breaking something? But hey, by the way, welcome everyone. I hope that you're having an amazing day, and let's greet very quickly everyone that has already joined us. Now we've got Breezy75, OG Shakespeare, Fred and Ferd here, of course, Drakusha, and Sparky Snickle. How you guys doing today? So draft gallery is not working as intended. This is a bummer because this stream is pretty much dependent on the Game Maker 0.8. On the draft gallery.
Yeah.
We prepared a couple of tests and goddammit, we wanted to share with you. So by the way, there's in the draft gallery, we already published the experience. So if you hop on into Game Maker 0.8, try to get in there into the draft gallery. Go for experience in 0.8 and you're going to see the test sites open again. So try also to get in, and if you do so, please let us know so we know what to do in here. It kind of feels a bit worrying and troublesome, I would say, not being able to do this.
Yeah, stuff happens. I'm gonna try to log in with a different account quick.
Stuff happens, that is true. Okay,
But yeah, last night we were all hanging out on Kay's Island, so I knew it was working just last night.
And on Wednesday, we also ran some tests. It was working. We were able to publish super fast. We were able to get in there and try a couple of things as well. So, well, it's alpha. Sandbox is in alpha. So all this type of stuff, I would say that we need to count with it, to having some stuff happening. And yeah, it's part of and I kind of have to do a kudos here because alpha, usually it's not something public. Beta version is public. Alpha version is usually only for dev teams. And what they're doing is open public alpha, which is something that is not that quite often or common. And the public alpha has been going through, well, when I joined, it was Game Maker 0.6. Currently, it was 0.6.2 or 3 or something like that. So it was fairly launched recently. But I know that the Game Maker has been live for quite some time. I know that, for example, Shakespeare is way longer in this space than us. And I'm going to ask you, Shakespeare, what was the Game Maker available when you joined in? Just to say that, again, having these public alpha is something that's not that common, and finding stuff that's, hey, we want to get into the draft gallery, we want this, but for some reason we're not getting in. It happens. It's part of the process. It's either this or wait until we get a better version, until we all go live. And honestly, I'd rather be part of a public alpha that we can not only we're part of the development of this as well. As we get to try, we get to report feedback and bugs, and they can improve with that. So yeah, some stuff like this kind of happen, and it's part of the process. It's what I have to say. And welcome everyone that has joined us now. We've got 322 confirmed in house, Mosquito, the Sugar Cubes. We've got the Summits, Mountaineer, MLD Tech, Oddle Hill, Out24K, Mr. Golds, Mr. Furious X, Oddle Hill, I already said it. And hey, yeah, there must be something going behind the scenes. So with all these fam in here, did we just get raided by Althork?
We did.
Oh, we did. All right. Because on StreamYard, we cannot see who gets to raid us or not. Hey, Althork, thank you.
Raided us with a party of 30.
Hell yeah. Welcome, Althork. How you doing? And thank you for the raid once again. I want to ask you, because I was very, very little on your show. So it's still the same map you're working on. It feels like, okay, so I remember we talked about this, that you were developing some logics, and you would work on that map, for example, about 1 month, and then you would change to another project. But on this, when you're working right now for the council, it feels like you're going some sort of, I will not say all in, but you're going like really further deep into development of that game. So it's kind of cool to see. I remember you when you're trying to do those chests and you're putting the RNG, either it's going to be a coin or it's going to be, you call them the mimics. And you're still working on that experience. And it looks pretty cool to see the development from that point until it is right now, and looking forward to how it will be going into the next month, what will be the stage of development. And welcome Wapax, welcome the Escape Room Artist, Androd Cools, how you doing? And we're spending a lot of time making interesting monsters on stream. Hell yeah, and they do look very interesting, and not only interesting, they look good. They look fun to play. Okay, so none. anyone was able to get in right now into the Game Maker, right? So we've published this on the draft gallery. So there should be there the Pickaxe Master test site. And currently it does. I'm still on the same loading screen as Gibas is. I bet that Fred, you're also there in the same one.
Yep, we are all stuck in the same spot.
Okay, another question. I'm going to try something different. Is anyone able to access any experience in the draft gallery? Like not only this one, any experience at all? Nope, says OG Shakespeare. This is not going as we planned.
Yeah, I mean, it happened. I don't know if you want to show off the tests, if you want Gibbous to show off the tests and the account, just do it by himself, or if we should just wait for next week.
Well, I would say that maybe we can show what we're planning to do. Actually, or also I want to give and just state here that Fred and Fur did an amazing video explaining what we're going to do today, and he showed us before he actually posted. I was like, man, I'm very excited for this. Even if I was not going to be there, I was going to be there for sure. And
well, the anticipation will just keep building, Bruno.
I know. I'm not sure if I can live with that. So that trailer looked amazing on the test that we're about to do, and Fred was just explaining a couple of things that he did there as well in terms of how the process was going to work. And honestly, I was very excited to see the results, because I'm pretty sure that not only us, but pretty much every creator in this space right now is very intrigued on how to make single player communicate with multiplayer inside a social hub experience. And that's something that's being widely tested by everyone, I would say. So we're very curious with our own tests how they were going to work. We did a couple of things last Friday. They did not work as intended, but we also kind of put too much stuff on the same place. So it was pretty hard to understand what was working and what was not. And Giba, so maybe what I would ask for you to do is just to, maybe we're going to play, and you would give a lap like on that direction that we have, and maybe Fred can also give a breakthrough here of what we wanted to go live and test with everyone.
Yeah, so these are, last week we learned that you can't use a hierarchy right now, because what happens is when you spawn stuff in, the collision boxes are where they're supposed to be, but all the visuals get spawned in the haunted corner. Hopefully that gets fixed. But so this week we changed the test to not be parents. Like, we can't use a hierarchy anymore. So Gibbous is showing off a trap that has 2 boulders with gravity on them. They are the plant behavior. They're using a timed event after you set it off to kill them, wipe them off the map later. So the speaker is set to only send a message every 10 seconds. You can see that being displayed because there's a text bubble. So once the text bubble goes away, the trap will work again for the next person that sets it off.
And I want to ask you, this was all with multiplayer behaviors?
Everything on the map is multiplayer except for the grass road.
Mm-hmm. Okay. I'm still trying to log in again. And
so something I did notice, OG Shakespeare has been playing around with bumper cars, which I need to get with OG and figure out all of his knowledge he's learned so far. This is my baby bumper car here, my first attempt. And because with OG, I think he was able to set him down and walk out. I had the walls so tall that once you set it down, you were trapped inside. And then where I was going with this, in the single player, when you put these invisible collision boxes around this bumper car, they just push these boulders out of the way like it's nothing. But
it looks really cool, I have to say.
On Wednesday, testing it out a little bit, it didn't act like that in the draft gallery. It acted like it had a lot more power against you. Look at that. So
that is so funny. even though they do not make any resistance, just for the fun factor of you just, I
Yeah,
would say trample, not even
Yeah.
going against. It's
I think the
trampling those
proper word
boulders.
nowadays is you get a yeet 'em.
You get a what?
Yeet.
Eat them. Eat them.
Yeah.
Don't forget, Care Bears need love too. Who doesn't need love? Everyone needs love. Okay, I'm not being able to go again. So let's keep carrying on into the next one, I would say. So this one is pretty much, I would say, reviewed.
Yeah, if you have any questions or anything about it, just let me know.
So for these next one, do you also want to give a little bit of insight?
Yeah, absolutely. I would love to. Just a second. I'm closing down my sandbox because it's making my computer go a little slow. So the next trap we had set up was a post-processing effect. The post-processing effect, I'd have to look at it to remember exactly what I did, but I think I pull all the white light out of the scene with it over a 3-second fade message. So once you set it off, that will go. It'll fade to darkness over 3 seconds, and then I use a timed event. So after 4 seconds, it flips it back to the default. So we're using 2 different post-processing
Just gotta say,
effects. One flips it to the black screen, and the second one flips it back to default. I really like this event so far because it's the only one that when I drive through it, I get like a sense of dread and panic for a minute when the lights go out.
you're like, where am I?
Yeah, it stays dark for a bit too long at the end, but
that's when the panic hits you hard. Like that
Yeah.
that final second. Now, yeah, you're just like, yep.
Yeah, I wish I could make it a little shorter, but with timed events right now, which what I'm using for these mechanics, you can't use decimal points. They're only whole numbers right now. So you can't.
The escape
I don't know
the
any
escape
other.
room artist just said like a really good idea. What if the car had headlights with that same message? So would cancel the post-processing effect if you have like some sort of flashlights?
As long as it's a light color that post-processing effect won't pull out, we potentially could have it work. But at the same time, we'd have to put 2 headlights on every cart or 1 headlight on every cart, and we just have to make sure that we don't make it too heavy.
Yeah, I was just thinking, imagine that you're going around and you're collecting like these special items. So you just pass the curio, which you collect, and then would trigger some sort of logic that is inside the car. And it would state that now you have like a flashlight for your car. And whenever you would hit this processing effect, this trap, let's call it like that, it would some sort of nullify. So you're getting like an advantage. Being this a multiplayer, so it will affect everyone, then you, which have a flashlight, you would get some sort of advantage over everyone.
Yeah, I mean, I love that idea. I've been trying to come up with single player events. And
it could be multiplayer. The only thing is that the only emissioning place would be that cart.
Yeah. So that I love that idea of an event being able to turn on just your headlights, and everybody else not having headlights unless they activate theirs. That's a good idea. Because then we could have like dark places on the map where if you do have, headlights or something, you could have an advantage, a little help.
Like some very how do you call it, like when you go inside a cave and it's like very the light is toned down, like
yeah, we can use subtractive lighting to pull all the light out of some areas and make it dark and make it hard to navigate if you don't have your headlights turned on. I love that idea. I'm gonna write it down.
Not impossible, but harder.
Right.
Cha-ching. Yep, the escape room artist. That's a very good idea, and I'm pretty sure that everyone can. I think that discussing these ideas, all we get is some really good knowledge, and ideas thrown out that can be used by everyone. So I would see that being something. Okay, I'm also going to try to go again into the game maker. Let's see if I'm able to get somewhere. Also, if you're watching the stream, we've published the task map on the draft gallery. Please try to go in. We're also trying here. And if anyone is able to go in, maybe probably we all can go in. So keep trying as well. We'll be trying on our end too. So that is a great idea that can be used, especially because you can now create something like you want to collect stuff that could be some sort of add-ons into your vehicle. Like you could have a protective barrier that would maybe do that kicking out of the way, like Gibbous was doing in the first trap. And you do not lose that much speed. You could have equipped a flashlight whenever it gets darker or you get activated by these traps. You don't get affected that much by it as well. Those are some really good insights, I would say.
That's a good idea. It's been a real struggle coming up with events for just the one player. So the first idea.
Yeah, the thing here, and that's why we are so eager to get somehow single player connecting. Well, actually, multiplayer connecting with single player, and then back again, single player connecting with multiplayer. Once that is possible, it means there's a lot of there's a full spectrum of things that could be done. Okay, Fred, I have an idea. What if
He trademarked it already, Bruno? We're in trouble.
Who?
The escape room artist. He already copyrighted it.
Well, what if I'm thinking this? What if we take down the live version and we upload it again? Maybe it will fix. I'm not sure.
I don't think it's gonna work today because if OG was having trouble and now we're having trouble, I sense a trend.
Okay.
It's gonna start working at some point. You're right, but I don't think us re-uploading it is gonna have anything to do with it. I think it's where it needs to be to work.
Well, I
can try. I can try to upload it. Gibbous is in there. He can reshare it.
Oh yeah, you just go out. You don't need to delete it. You can just upload it. Okay, let's try it out.
Yep, it's the paper airplane. This is the one that goes to the drafts gallery.
So the share your experience is like what? To create like some sort of button? Because I've heard this saying. They say that they want to create some sort of the same way you have the play button in the Sandbox map website. You would be able to import that play button into your own website, which would be pretty cool.
That's a good idea. Yeah, that's how you launch it right out of the Sandbox website.
Yep, and they want to implement that in like you have your own website. You just want to have that play button very fast and very easy. So I think I'm not sure if that is for that function when it's available, of course. And Mr. Furious X thinks it's a back end out of our control. Pretty much possible. But hey, I'll just repeat it again because most of you are not here. So these are the type of events that could happen while we're working on an alpha product. So usually games, they only put out for public when they go into beta testing. Usually alpha, it's only for devs. It's only for the team to be testing and everything. So Sandbox decided to do something quite different, which is a public alpha. So alpha is where you get the most of the bugs, you get the most of the fixes, the most of the updates, etc., etc. And we got to do that publicly and live. So not only they are able to stress test it and have a lot of feedback from all the creators, which is also good because their input not only gets to have more feedback on how to improve the program itself, but also as creators, you get to be part of the ongoing process of the alpha stage, which again, it's not that common to have it publicly, the alpha. Usually it's beta. So stuff happening like this, which is pretty much out of our control, and especially when we're trying to go live on a stream and we pair with this, well, we just have to accept it as the way it is. And well, honestly, I kind of feel sad because I was very eager to test this out.
It'll be okay, Bruno. We'll get it next week.
But
Um,
it's like that. It will be okay.
if we enter a different name, will it create a new like experience,
Yeah,
or
it
will
totally updates all of that stuff.
it updates no matter if the name is all right?
Yep,
So
it'll rewrite the old file. Sometimes it takes a minute if you don't delete the old one, especially if people are still inside of it. I think, but for the most part,
Probably no one is.
it's
Okay.
pretty convenient.
Okay, I'm going to try to get into any other experience and see what happens. Just for the sake. All right.
If we can't get in there, we do have like the way we're trying to set up the SP communication is quite complicated, so we could take a minute to try to wrap our heads around that too. So it won't be the end of the world
It won't
Ra-
be.
to at least talk about it with everybody hanging out who's interested. And we still have the actor event to show off too.
Yes, we did not go through that one. Just going to ask, did you upload it again? Or
Yep.
not?
He did.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just going to refresh and try it again. So yeah, let's go to the actor one. I would also do that.
actor one, is that on the green side, or
That's the one with the tunnels, the outer tunnels. So this event over here is using the actor behaviors. This is the first time I ever played with the actor behaviors, trying to make this event. And not going to lie, it took a long time to get this to work. Basically, what I learned is if you want something to become no collisions and then collisions, you need, and I would love to be proved wrong on this, but you need two assets, one that starts with collision and one that starts with no collision. And then you need two actor behaviors. One that switches it on and one that switches it off. So you can't have an asset that starts at collision and then turn it off and then turn it back on. You have to have one start in each state and flip them back and forth. Am I communicating this properly?
I'm following. Also, I have a question. Do you also have to do that with the car?
So I originally used the tunnels as the actor behaviors, and that didn't work because it also turned the collisions off on the car and stuff, and you would drop it right there. So what I had to do was make there's little donuts logics above the tunnels that only reach the tunnels, they don't reach the car. So if I don't know, I haven't tested it enough, but if Gibbous was driving through that and like jumped up, he maybe be able to reach it. I haven't tested it enough. But yeah, basically it's just touching the ceilings and it's not touching the car on the bottom.
Oh,
If
there we
the
go.
active behavior were to touch the car, it would break the car.
It is. It's there. We've got a broken car inside a... Oh, there we go.
So yeah, he jumped up. See how he jumped up? He caught the actor behavior up there and it deactivated it. So it still is a little too low.
I think, yeah, depending on the assets, we can make this work as intended, as long as we are using the right assets to make these work properly. So I was envisioning, for example, it could be some sort of boulders that they are high enough to touch the logic, but high enough in a way that the players cannot reach it, although they might jump. When I say boulders, it could be actually any asset. It does not actually mean anything being a boulder.
But yeah, this is going to be a fun one to test because, you know, potentially if you set up that it's going to really slow some people down if you get caught in the solid part, because then you'd have to go back and hit the message and then go back through. The first person through this one is probably going to get a good lead.
So the thing is, if you're not able, you could get so messed up in there. So the trick
Yeah,
here
you probably
is
don't want
more-
people to get trapped inside. That was just an example. I could just flip those well, we just use a
depending on the
different
type of
asset.
depend on the type of assets you could not be trapped in. So the thing here about this trap is for the first person that passes by is good to go, and he's going to open, like, let's call it the portal. It's going to open the portal for a these determined amount of seconds, and people that are already falling behind will also be able to pass that portal while it's open. But if there's a player that's about, let's call it 3 seconds away, and he just passed by, but the trap itself, the message, has not given the right time to respawn the logic. And by the time that he's getting through this asset, the portal closes, and he just boom bumps into that. And instead of passing, now he has to go back, trigger that message again, and then go back into that. Is that right?
That's exactly the concept. Yeah.
Would it be would be I would we be able to add, for example, a VFX that's also collidable, so we can use the actor behavior as well? So whenever a player would bump in, it would, for example, get some sort of firework, to simulate a car accident. Let's call it like.
Yeah, no. I see what you're saying. That's
Uh-huh.
possible. Yeah, we could just toggle something on and off.
Mhm.
So that if it detects an entity while the invisible wall is toggled on, then maybe it shoots off a firework, like, or an explosion or something.
Mhm. Actually, I think the actor behavior, it has a lot of potential, and it's very very soon to be for us to understand its fully capabilities, I would say.
hmm You can do collision, you can do visibility, and you can do visibility and collision. I'm pretty sure.
So that combined with toggle behavior, now we only need like toggle components.
But yeah, toggle is a component.
I know, that's why we need the behavior, like a toggle behavior. Well, the toggle components, it's a toggle behavior, so we're going to need a toggle behavior that we're going to need a toggle component that's actually a behavior, so we can have the system going on both sides. Because at least we found situations that we wanted to toggle on and off components,
Yeah,
and we were not able to do that because the only way to do it is by toggling on behaviors.
I see what you're saying. Yes,
Yeah,
you're right. You cannot toggle components right now.
but these actor behavior, I feel like these has so much potential to be used. Like the escape room artist saying, I like the actor behavior approach as opposed to asset spawner. So it would be like some sort of despawning. Would you go into that same thought process?
Using actor behavior instead of an asset spawner, you mean? I
Uh,
think that I think that's a good idea. It just takes a little more setup. It's probably less heavy than trying to use an asset spawner. You just have to make sure that the map isn't too heavy in the first place, because if you're using actor behaviors, everything will be on the map. And if
yes.
you're using actor behaviors and you want to switch it on and off, I think it's likely that you'll have to have two versions of everything on the map. Whereas opposed, if you're using asset spawners, you don't have to have all that stuff on the map. You can just spawn it in and when it's needed and wipe it off later.
I think we would need to make some tests. I do know that asset spawners, they consume a lot of processing power. On the Misty Mountain, we see that happening all the time. Asset spawners,
hmm
I wouldn't say they're a pain, but they do consume a lot. So
hmm
between that and the what is it called? Actor what? Actor
Um,
behavior.
I believe, yeah, it's the first one, actor behavior, I think.
So for the actor behavior, we would have to test to see like how it works. Replacing asset, yes. The only thing about replace asset is at least it was not working with presets on 0.7. Did they fix that on 0.8?
I want to say you can use presets as replace asset now, I think. Replace asset's a great behavior that I haven't used enough.
Oh, it works presets now. Perfect. That just makes much better.
Yes.
We had a quest in the Misty Mountain, which is the miner bag we wanted to use the replace asset. Basically, if you have not activated the quest yet, you would not be able to pick up the bags. But if you activated the quest, they become pickable. And we're trying to use the replace asset. So by the time we get the message to launch the quest, that same message would replace all the assets that were there. And very simple logic, very simple to make. But it was like at 0.7, we're not able to do that because we're not able to spawn presets with replace assets. Having that now working, I like that. That's going to create new alternatives.
Yeah, it was pretty annoying in 0.7 when you couldn't use presets for replace, because I wanted that feature a lot in 0.7.
And there's still a lot of room for improvement in terms of the presets. For example, like we're talking about parenting stuff on presets, I do believe that on 0.8 is not optimal as it could be. Well, Gibbs is making a really good run, I have to say.
Good
It's
time,
just going
good time.
around.
Yeah, like that's he made that corner while he was completely blinded. So that was not bad at all.
How
And I
would
would
you
say
like?
that
Do you want to get
Mhm.
into the little virtual machine we're trying to build before I gotta hop off?
Yes, I think we can run into the last test and talk about it.
And if anybody has any questions about, the actor behavior or anything, feel free. Or anything else, feel free. So
Exactly.
over here, we're trying to get SPs to talk to MPs so that we can have randomization on an individual basis. We did run a test as a small team on Wednesday. I had a different version of this all set up with an asset spawner instead. And we learned that as single player asset spawners, they just don't respond in a multiplayer draft. You can't
Maybe
send a
what?
message to a single player asset spawner in a multiplayer draft.
Oh, even if it's not parented with something else.
Nope, just doesn't respond. Just
Okay.
acts like it's not even there.
hmm
So what I'm doing on this map, which it's working, I can see Gibbous has killed 2 of the carpets already, is instead of using an asset spawner for the RNG, I used a message broadcaster. And I put the message broadcaster to a range of 1, and it's talking to SP speakers down there. Gibbous, can you hop down and look at the RNG system?
So we've got a moving platform, which is multiplayer, and we've got a message broadcaster.
Yes, the platform
Parented.
is MP. Platform is
Mhm.
only MP now. So that is
Maybe in
MP.
editor?
But it's parented to, you can just hop back in and watch it. But it's parented to that SP message broadcaster on the bottom, which is trying to reach just 1 block radius.
Mm-hmm.
So as you run into the SP up there, SP speaker, it shoots a message to the message broadcaster, which turns on the single player speaker on the bottom, which is going to kill one of the carpets, which is
Over
also SP.
Which has HP or plants?
It's a plant.
Mm-hmm.
And then an MP speaker falls.
Mm-hmm.
So this is going to turn it on for everybody. And I don't know how much this particular thing is going to be useful, but it's starting to work.
But the boulders that it fall down were multiplayer.
Yes. So
Okay.
technically we're setting single player messages off with MP.
Okay, so I wanted to ask you something. I can see actually looked like that the carpets was actually being killed faster than that thing it was dropping. Oh, but the thing that was dropping, okay, so we have a button on top of the carpet, and while the carpet gets killed, that button gets dragged
Yeah,
down.
so that MP speaker, that MP number pad
Mhm.
on top has gravity.
Okay, perfect. I'm not sure if everyone followed this, but yeah, this is very interesting. So I just want to paraphrase like what were our the latest test that we did before. So before we did not have a message broadcaster parented to the moving platform. We had the asset spawner. you want to go over that process, like what we did test before, what it did not
So,
work, and
yeah,
how we
before we had the exact same setup basically, but I was using the asset spawner RNG, which I can go through on that's a totally different subject. It's but like instead of using the asset spawner underneath, I use an SP message broadcaster, and that responds. So one step in the right direction.
Okay. Now I have one question. So we make this happen once and it works. And like we're saying, let's do simple tests first before we get overcomplicated. So we know that with plants on the carpet, we cannot make the trap reset itself and also the button. So we kind of that would be the next step, right?
We could use, we'd have to, the only way we could get it back on the map is to use an MP asset spawner.
So when it resets for everyone.
You would think so.
Which is not bad, I would say.
I think that these are going to be most useful for setting off those single player events, like the headlights, for example. So if a bunch of people drive through a single player event set off, maybe somebody gets headlights and somebody gets a boost and somebody gets a star, all by driving through the same spot. That's what we're trying to accomplish.
I like this very much. The way that's, at least on editor, it's looking wonderful. The thing we wanted to test out, it was live with all of you to see if these could also be working as well. But unfortunately, we have the draft gallery making a prank on us, so we won't be able to do it. So,
my plan is to keep building on this. I'm going to build up with ladders so you can climb up to the next step. So we'll make sure to leave all this stuff just the way it is for next week, and hopefully have 4 new tests on top of these.
There's so many things. My head is just completely storming with ideas right now. I have to be honest.
Good.
After from watching this,
to hear them.
All right, but this has some good potential. And hey, I want to ask, especially OG Shakespeare in here, Alf Dark, that you guys work a lot with Game Maker and you're also making a lot of tests in here. What are your thoughts regarding this type of mechanic of going multiplayer into single player, then back to multiplayer, and what uses you would do with it? And also, what do you think of this one? Do you think it can be improved somehow? Do you think it can? Let us know your thoughts about this. So this is something we've came up, and the way we're calling it is making some sort of virtual machine inside of a multiplayer experience, because it's something that goes from multiplayer, then it runs locally on single player. So it's supposed to be like just locally for that player, and whatever result it goes into that equation, then it would go back again to multiplayer.
Okay, when you pick stuff up in Game Maker 0.8, they become see-through. There's no way to adjust that setting right now. They become translucent when you pick stuff up.
Connection error.
Yeah, that's the original thing I was getting.
That's something new. Hey, One Box, welcome.
Maybe there's
okay.
You're welcome, Half Dark. Okay. I have noticed the fact that if you jump off the edge of the map with the car, and I saw that on OG Shakespeare, it brings the car back with you. I absolutely love that. I don't know how they did that, but that is such a good thing.
Yes, it is. You can make some really cool dynamics with it.
Because that's something I was really worried about, is if somebody falls off the edge of the map, how are we going to get them their mining cart back, or their car back?
So Alfdark, if you're going to try it as well, let us know what will be the results of your tests so we can see if we can come up with something. This might be really, really cool. And also, as you notice, we've been kind of changing a bit the directions of these shows. We also have the mining sessions, and we'll keep doing it on every stream. So usually for Friday would be the first hour here with Fred and Fred. We do these live tests, these multiplayer tests, and we'll talk about Game Maker, Logic, etc. And then we go into mining. We also have some mini games inside these test sites. On Monday, we kind of like to discuss some topics that go around either. It's more like, I won't say theoretical. Oh, god damn my English. Just theory things or just some sort of concepts. Like last Monday, we're talking about tips how to become a successful player. We're just talking things that we see how you could become better. We're trying to define what is successful, having that with play to earn economy. But what we want to say is that we're trying to bring different things to this stream as well. So we kind of feel like mining is pretty cool. It's basically we're showing off our game, but it could have more than that. It could be more enriching and more fulfilling than just be mining. Although mining is really cool and we're always giving those sand prizes to you, we're trying to enrich everyone with more content and more information. So regarding that, one of the things we'll be doing in the future is this is going to be a long tutorials as we'll be posting. So like we're explaining here, what we're trying to do on this test site, which will be the mechanics for the expansion we're making. And since the Misty Mountain is pretty much concluded, we're just finishing and fixing the reviews we got from Sandbox. So that should be also finished pretty soon as well. We want to put up a series of tutorials to explain how to do that type of complex stuff. And we've got there from either a consumable type of logic that you're able to make consumables in game, and you can make these very complex RNGs that you can go over from decimals. I would say, for example, you want to make something RNG that the drop chance is 0.001% of chance. That is also possible. We'll also be explaining that, how to make all of that you usually see in the logic room. We'll be putting up a series of tutorials, and we want to do it once we are able to get the game live. So that way, it will also be a way for you to see the final, let's call it final product, and also the steps how to reach there. So with that, I think it's going to be great content in terms of enriching everyone skills and knowledge on how to make even more complex stuff on the Game Maker. Ultimately, that will only benefit us all, because we'll become all better creators and also have better tools to make different stuff on the sandbox. So be ready for that. We'll be working on it.
Yes, I will have my popcorn ready to learn the boss killer magic.
Hell
also,
yeah.
I just want to mention that OG Shakespeare said that he feels like animated decorations are smoother than static items right now. So for next week, I made a note that we're going to turn, like for the cars, you can have them so like their wheels are turning, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll test that out too.
So more stable? What do you mean with more stable?
Like
for driving?
Yeah, because since I think it's maybe due to the fact that they're all in the synchronized MP setting, you know, so they're all like set up better to run in a multiplayer map. I think is what my brain's telling me. He's saying
the synchronized animated decorations. Okay. That will just, if that is true, I'm going to anticipate that assets made on Vox Edit that have animations that work well for example, the car with the wheels turning and all of that immersion, let's call it, they're going to have a much higher demand on the marketplace, especially if you're a creator and like, you know what, I want to make my experience. I'm going to get like a bucket list, you know, like I need a tree, I need some flowers, I need a car, I need some flashing lights, and I'm going to build my experience, but I have none of this design. So I'm going to Sandbox Marketplace. I'll go like add to cart, add to cart, add to cart. Like you're just going to add your full list, you know, of the things you need for your own experience you're going to build. And if this is going to become a thing, I would imagine also having these type of assets being much more, having a more demand to it. Like, for example, this one is an animated one, right? We can see the wheels here spinning.
Mhm.
So this is also synchronized.
Give us hop into the edit tab and let's just pop a synchronized animation on so we can see what we're talking about. I think those cars have like the ability to open all the doors and look inside. These cars are actually super detailed on the inside, and it's hilarious because did you even know that? Like they look amazing on the inside.
I
Top
think I never
right,
looked.
Ibis.
Oh,
Yeah, you were right.
okay.
Oh,
This is
you're
my
looking at
first
the
time
inside.
here.
Yeah.
What's on the trunk?
A body.
Yeah, I was like, did they make like an Easter egg there? No, nothing. You have the spare wheel? Nah,
The
probably
spare
not.
wheel.
Well, why not? No, they don't.
But yeah,
That would just be like,
just go in there and grab an MP be animated animation. So
it's
grab behavior. And then
You
in
want
the top
MP,
right,
not
it says
SP.
type. And you're going to click on that to bring it down to synchronized. Not the X, type, right below that. Yep, synchronized. And now you can do animated decoration. Put the play count to, yeah, there's the types. So just pick yourself an animation. And then just do infinite loop.
Mm-hmm. So
Play
you're
on
going to need a
start,
message.
and then
at
there you
start.
go. It's all set up. It should be set up.
It does not need a message to start it?
No, it's because it's turning on start. Play on start.
Play on
Yeah,
start. But it
do
could be on
open.
interact. No?
When you
Play on
have infinite loop and play on start, it'll just pop up.
Okay. Oh, everything is open. I feel like it's a transformer now.
Yeah. Now it's at the car convention being shown off for everybody.
Oh, I cannot get out. God damn it.
You cannot pick it up?
I'm trying, but it doesn't seem to work. I did before.
Can you crawl out of it?
No, collision box is there. So, but I can if it's under the ground. If it's on the ground, it's all good.
Oh, we cannot do this. We kind of find I'm not sure if I would call it the feature. When we're doing the Wednesday, when we all opt in here, and I was able to drag everyone. So there's a thing we kind of discovered by accident, and it could create some cool mechanics. So I was like, since we're using these carpets as collisions, I was thinking, hey, can I piggy ride someone? And actually, you can piggy ride people, which is very
Yeah,
fun.
that was pretty fun.
So actually, you can make some very interesting things out of that as well.
It looks like it's messing with the pick-upable component aspect of it. Am I right, Gibbous? Or
Something maybe, but not sure completely. But yeah, it
all
seems
right.
like the pickable.
Well, it's been real and it's been fun. It hasn't been real. I'm just kidding. It's been really fun. But I have to go take my kid to school.
All right, Fred. Thank you for being here. Well, we're sorry that we're not able to do this live multiplayer test as we wished and we wanted, but it was wonderful to have you here to explain everything that's happening. And again, next Friday, we'll be having Fred in here back again to make
Normally
more
it's going to
tests.
be the second hour, but I've had snow delays. So, right?
Hell yeah.
Normally
again,
we'll be doing this on the second hour of the show.
Well, it's 2 hours. If you're around here for the 2 hours, you'll pretty sure get it. If sometimes might be on the first hour, sometimes might be on the second. I think it's better just to leave it like that without having to
Okay,
compromise.
yeah, that's fine.
If it's either one or the other, it will happen during the 2 hour show. So again, if you have any questions as well, and again, like Fred and Fred was saying on the video, if you do want your logic reviewed and if you want to have a second opinion on what you're building, or if you just want someone to build the logic for you, you can contact us as the Pickaxe Master team and hit us a DM and we'll talk about it of what we could do together. So Fred, I know that you have to go. I want to thank you for your time, for being in here, and I want to wish you a great weekend. And we will see you next week.
Yep. Love you guys. I'll see you later. I'll probably be around lunchtime streaming later. So if you want to hang out, talk to you later. See you next week.
Hi,
See you,
Fred.
Fred.
See you soon. All right, Gilesh. We're left with the multiplayer experience that we cannot get everyone in there. I think right now we have one option left, which is probably you already know what I'm talking about. Let's get some mining done. Not a bad choice at all. So to participate on the mining session, type in exclamation mark LFM. I already saw that some of you did it already. So hell yeah, just getting that form filled. We've got already 19 responses on the general one. We've got 15 for Pickaxe owners only.
Should I
So
delete the test site?
yes, let's delete it. It's not doing anything there. So done, gone. All right, so let's do. Okay. All set up. So let's go back into Game Maker 0.7, open up that experience, and honestly, I cannot wait. Like the way we're doing this task map, being able to transition the game to 0.8 and being able to publish this on a multi. I'm not sure if we were going to be able to run this on a multiplayer. I would love to, even though if everything runs on single player, but it's a multiplayer map, like everything that you're mining and you're doing is running only locally. It will be very cool to see that you are at the mountain along with everyone else, although everything is not showing. It's only showing for you, not showing for everyone else that's on the map. But just to be able to be there and write on the chat like, hey, I find the gold ore. I was like, hey, my 5th silver nuggets. I can see that chat becoming quite interesting and engaging as well. With Gibish, if you were mining and you're seeing other miners in the map, would you be like shouting out if you got like a really good big loot, or you just like, I got it for myself?
Well, yeah, I think that if there would be a microphone,
Mm-hmm.
like in-game possibility to turn on your microphone,
Mm-hmm.
maybe. Though probably if I am with friends on Discord, then yeah, totally. But if it's a public server, well, probably for me, I would try to stay, I don't know, controlled or something like that. But yeah, I think that typing that something drops, I don't see myself doing, but
Mm-hmm.
if it would be a microphone or some kind of friends in Discord, yeah, totally.
Like for example, imagine that I'm looking for that we built this experience kind of looking down towards the end goal, which is going to take some time to achieve because there's a lot of things that need to be built into the game maker. So we're kind of following the alpha path of development and just getting the experience into the current stage of development, and we'll be following that trend until we get everything that we need to have all of these economy and game setup. I would imagine, for example, you're getting you got yourself a ruby. So for example, hey, got a ruby, anyone wants to buy it, and just like having to get that quick sell without having to just before going into the marketplace, for example, or before cashing out from the Pickaxe Master.
Yeah, right here, I think, yeah, this really might happen. So, like something, um, it's in, yeah, I think that really might happen, and that's really interesting.
Like you see in the MMORPGs, you have like usually have the chop channel where people are just like, want to sell this, want to buy that, want to sell this, want to buy that.
Yeah.
So one of the things we already fixed, as you can see, we've got one more exclamation mark in here. So this is something we've kind of we're doing because I did it wrong. I have to be honest. And Boss Killer was like, "No, Bruno, this is not how you do stuff." Altifarm, hey, welcome. How are you doing today? So that was something I did, and I did it wrong because I actually did not know I was actually changing the way I was setting up the quests, and that was the reason I was not getting those exclamation marks. So that's something we're fixing as well. We've got a lot of quests in here. It's a pretty easy fix. It just takes time to do it. So that's something that we'll be doing. As well, streamlining more the quests so they're not all open-ended and they just open up from time to time as well. I think that will also be very beneficial. So yeah, that's a couple of things that probably we can try to do this quest as we get to raffle the lucky miners, just to make sure that all of those interrogations and question marks are in place and working as intended. Okay, so while we also do this quest, what I would say is we should also raffle the first lucky miner and get that lucky miner hat as well. Lucky miner, no, the lucky Wheezy. Well, now it's a lucky miner. It's a lucky miner hat because it's on a miner. Okay, I can see those forms are getting filled up. We've got 22 answers, and I would start with the general one right now. And welcome, Farioto. How you doing?
All right, here's the list.
Click to spin.
Spin.
Okay, good luck, everyone. Let's see who gets to be the first lucky miner of the show. Feels like sugar cubes or mosquito.
Mosquito or sugar cubes? Well, it will be very close. I think it's mosquito.
Why does I think this does on purpose, just for extra adrenaline? Like, is it going to be on me? Hey, congratulations, mosquito! You just got to be yourself the first lucky miner. Hey, so let's see what type of pickaxe does mosquito have, if it has one. If not, we'll have to raffle you one. Just going to take some note in here. And also, let us know what type of blocks you want to mine today. As you know, and probably it's been quite some time, I think, that we did not do this explanation. So let's start from the beginning while we have the mosquito mining. So starting from the basics on the Pickaxe Master. So this is a mining game. And on this mining game, it does follow quite some rules, let's say. First of all, what we're trying to build in here, this is a demo version of the final version. So it's not available to be played as we want it to be. So we're making adjustments to be played during the meantime. So on the final version, what we want this game to be is that with in-game wallet integration, you're able to buy in-game pickaxes, which are consumables and they have hit points. And with those, it will trigger all these mining logic and you're able to mine. And while mining, you'll be getting different type of resources and materials, which is all based on RNG. With the RNG, we are able to create a scarcity grid. So the NFTs and the resources you're getting out of it, they will follow this scarcity grid because there's an RNG attached to it. So we got a number 2, that's a silver pickaxe. Silver pickaxe, for example, it has 25 hit points. And also, do not forget to take the wheel. Exactly. Perfect.
I will just destroy this iron pickaxe and
okay,
go get
and then
this.
collect the other one. Okay, Mosquito, you just have to let us know what type of blocks do you want to mine. And that's the thing. Different blocks also have they take away different 8 points from your pickaxe. So we've got the sand blocks that will take 1 hit point. You have dirt blocks that will take 2 hit points. You have clay blocks that will take away 3 hit points, gravel which will take 4, and stone which will take 5. Dirt and clay says Mosquito. So I want everyone that's watching this stream right now to type in good luck for Mosquito so that he can get the most resources out of the Misty Mountain. So from our end, good luck and let's start mining. Again, going forward into the explanation of what the Pickaxe Master is. So with in-game, going forward into the future, when we have in-game wallet integration and we're able to do microtransactions, what we want to do is that you hop on into this experience and into this game, and you're able to buy the consumable pickaxes, which are these ones that we're using right now. Those will have hit points, which are consumable, and by mining these mineable blocks, it will consume those hit points from your pickaxe. So now you have something which has an HP, it has health points, it has hit points, and it will be decreased over time, and it costs sand. It's already done. Oh, that was iron. That was too fast. And it will consume. So that way we have something that's... so you're spinning sand to get this pickaxe. So it has a value. And while you're mining, and since that mining is attached to RNG, we can create this resource that have a scarcity grid. That way it will also create an inherent value to those drops as well. That way, it's the basic foundations for an in-game economy. So having that said, it's pretty much how it works. So we know that there's a value input into this, and there's an output that we get as a scarce resource. With that, we can guarantee that the game is also able to pay a floor price for that same resource as well. So it means that when you're getting, for example, we just got ourselves the first prize, which is a copper ore. And we got ourselves a copper ore, and that one is worth 0.05 cents. Having that said, that will be the floor price that the game will pay you if you decide to trade your resources that you mine in-game directly with the game. So you can just hop on, purchase your in-game pickaxe, which has hit points, then mine these blocks that will take away, depending on the block you're mining, it will take away different hit points from your pickaxe. Again, another copper ore, very good. And on the end, you'll be able to trade this with the game to receive the corresponding value in sand. So this is supposed to be NFTs as well. And what we want is that if you do not wish to sell those, you can keep these resources to yourself, which later then you'll be able to participate and use them in this economy that we're also developing, which what you can do. And it will bring to the next topic, which are the Pickaxe NFTs. So there's a lot of confusion, and I'll try to be as clear as possible that that's two different things. One is the Pickaxe NFT, and the other one is the in-game Pickaxe. Having that said, the Pickaxe NFT is actually the pass, let's call it the pass that will unlock the access for the play-to-earn mining leaderboards. We got ourselves an iron ore, very good. With that said, it means that whenever you're playing this game, and I just need 1 second. I'll be right.
All right. So far so good. Really quite good drops. We're mining dirt and clay, so yeah, we will have quite some blocks destroyed. And yeah, next one is clay.
So did it drop anything?
No, we still got 2 copper ores and 1 iron ore.
1 iron. Okay, perfect. Sorry to interrupt you right now. I just wanted to finish also that the thought process. So the Pickaxe NFT actually, it's a game pass that will unlock the play to earn leaderboards that you can also play. So now that you can bundle up these two mechanics, so you have yourself a Pickaxe NFT which is not consumable. It's in your wallet. It cannot be taken by anyone. It only you have access to it, and only you can transfer it, and only you can sell it as well. But you have that NFT in your wallet. And there's also a scarcity grid attached to it. So it comes from the lowest tier, which is the wooden pickaxe, and it's the iron pickaxe. Then following then to the common pickaxes, which right now the only available is the silver one. Going forward, you can go into the rare pickaxe, which is the gold pickaxe, and epic, which is the ruby pickaxe, and then lastly the legendary pickaxes, which right now we do have the diamond pickaxe and the pickaxe pendant with Didona, which is a special NFT that comes with a physical item, which is a physical pendant that's made out of gold and silver, also with the gemstone that you can choose and personalize from it, from either emerald, sapphire, ruby, or a black diamond. Now, these resources, since we have put up a floor price to it, it means that they have this inherent value attached to them. You can either sold directly to the game, and you'll be getting, instead of these, as you can see, these tokens, these sand coins that are floating, that give us just traded here in the bank. It will actually, this is what we would expect, to open a transaction with your in-game wallet, and then you will be able to receive those sand tokens directly to your wallet. Now, if you do not want to proceed that way and you want to keep those mined resources, which are NFTs as well, we're going to create also this crafting system that will let you upgrade your pickaxe NFTs into the next tier. So starting with the wooden pickaxe, it means that with iron, you'll be able to craft from, you'll be collecting iron ores, and you'll be able to get, with the iron ores, you'll be able to craft small iron bars, then big iron bars, and upgraded your wooden pickaxe. You craft with these iron bars, and you'll be getting an iron pickaxe. It's an upgraded version. Then you'll be mining some silver. You'll be doing the same process, and you'll be upgrading your iron pickaxe then into a silver pickaxe. So right now, you're getting access to more utility, because each of the utility, which is also attached to a scarcity grid, it will unlock different utility as you evolve. And one of the things, it's some sort of legacy mode. So if you had this utility on the previous version, when you evolve it, it will pass on the same utility that already had, and will get the new one. Now we got the silver pickaxe, which is the common tier, and you get access to, for best miner leaderboards, which is for best coal miner, best iron, best copper, best silver, etc. All the way, all the resources, and you have access to the general mining leaderboard as well. If you keep evolving, then we have the gold pickaxe, which you can upgrade it again with the in-game resources. Then you can upgrade it again to the ruby. And when you go into the epic one and going forward, you'll be unlocking more utility. And so this is pretty much the beginning of all this economy we're developing in here. So there's the in-game pickaxes that you can purchase with sand whenever this is available, of course. So this is an ongoing. Sandbox is in its alpha stage. We're in its alpha stage as well. So we're developing as also this keeps being developed. Having that said, we're going to have the in-game pickaxes, which will be purchasable by microtransactions in-game with sand. Then there's the consumable and the RNG system that both connected together. We're able to create a scarcity grid for the resources that are being mined. And with that, we're able to sustain a floor price for those same mined resources if you want to trade them directly with the game. If not, you can keep them for yourself, trade it on the secondary, or keep evolving them through the crafting system, which will be, I can see at least, it could be either in-game, a full experience just for crafting, or it could be done on the website through a smart contract where you could do probably more kind of bulk stuff, so it will save you for gas fees. So I could see more the later on working better than having an in-game experience for that. But who knows the future? Maybe we'll have both, depending on the type of immersion you want to feel, on how much fun you actually feel like this is. Going back forward, now you can craft. You have your pickaxe NFTs, which are the utility NFT of this game, that will get you access to participate on the play-to-earn mining seasons. And with the resources, you are able to craft and upgrade it and get access to more or more exclusive leaderboards as you advance by. So in a nutshell, this is what is the basics of the Pickaxe Master game concept, economy, and what will be the basic for everyone. So on the expansions we're building, we're going to also implementing this same economy. So there's also going to be a progression system for the NFTs that will unlock certain boosts or certain powers or certain perks and utilities. That's the way for you to upgrade it. You're also going to need these same resources. So there's going to be a common thing in here, which are the resources will be a base for crafting. So either you'll be wanting to play this game from the Pickaxe Master or the other one, they will also share the same economy, which ultimately will bring an economy much stronger. And I would paraphrase, for example, Europe used to have, each country used to have their own currency, and there was exchange rates for everything, and then they started like, you know what? Let's make one single currency for them all. And that's where the euro was born. Basically, every country had its own currency, and now we all share the same currency. So I would say that these would be the same. Instead of every game having their own in-game economy and have to go from scratch, we're making the Pickaxe Master, which is some sort of where everything starts and where you can advance throughout all of the other expansions, which means it's some sort of hero of the Pickaxe Master as well, as you can use it and it will be served to upgrade everything that you can have here. And we all know, as we, at least as RPG type of lover type of games, crafting does take a huge, serious business there. It's one of the most fun parts. So having that implemented in here, we know it's not possible. It's alpha stage, but this is our premise, and our goal is to keep advancing as Sandbox also advances. Okay, and Ivesh, I think we're ready for the next lucky miner. I'm not sure if you're listening. You're like, hey, we kind of missed this spot. You kind of forgot that. So if you want to throw up any questions as well.
Probably the only thing that I would add that it's important to know that there is two kinds of pickaxes. There is in-game pickaxes and there are the blockchain pickaxes. So yeah, yeah. So just if someone does not know what that is, please let us know in the chat so we could explain. But I think if you're interested and you should know about these pickaxes, that there is in-game pickaxes and there is the NFT pickaxes.
That is
And
very true.
the,
Mhm.
to know the difference between them.
That is very true. If there's still some questions, if you feel that this is not clear enough, let us know in the chat. Well,
All
if
right,
there's
so
not any question, it means that we're explaining good, which is also very good. Okay.
this is the wheel for the pickaxe owners.
Hmm.
Let's shuffle and let's spin.
All right. Good luck, everyone. Also, do you want to explain why we do have two different type of lists, and how can you access
Um,
both?
yeah, so to access both, you need to have at least a silver pickaxe
Hmm.
and silver and up in the rarity. And then you can go to the Discord and go through wallet integration and checking sort of thing where it checks, do you really own the pickaxe? And then you are able to join the pickaxe owners raffle. And for those who does not have opportunity yet to own the pickaxe, um, you can press exclamation mark LFM and you get a link, and you can enter the information there, and then you are added to the list where we raffle the pickaxe. And Ian the IT guy, he's here. He's already thinking about the blocks. Very
It's
nice.
chosen.
Um,
Taking notes here.
checking
We
the
got
wallet.
Ian, the IT guy here. We're going for stone. And I'm not sure if I think it's a gold pickaxe that Ian got.
True.
It is.
Yep.
You know what? I'm also God damn it! Last Friday we had the chance to take a group picture of all of us together, and I was also very anticipating that we could do that during this one. But hey, we'll leave it for next Friday. No worries. Okay, everyone that's watching the stream, please type in good luck for Ian the IT guy so that he can get the most luck here out of the Misty Mountain. So let's type in good luck and let's mine. Let's see what type of goodies we could get today. And welcome,
So
G-Wizes.
Ian decided to mine. Um, I still didn't see that.
Stone.
Oh, yeah, I see.
And by the way, that profile picture that you got, Ian, are you seeing it? I just highlight it here on StreamYard.
Yeah.
That's a good looking pickaxe you got there. Very, very nice. And we got Novel Arcane in the house as well. MLD Tech, welcome. Okay, time to mine some stone. Go stone or go home. Here's the motto. It spawned in a different place. Educational stone. Not what we're looking for. Nope. The suspense. I can feel it. The suspense of trying to see what will drop.
Yeah. I don't know why, but this is happening often.
It's brewing. No, it wasn't. I think that by next week we'll be able to get into something much more optimized. But we'll leave it just like that. And once we got everything done, we'll be testing here with you again. But I would bet it will be much better experience. By the way, when you passed by Ogle, did he have the interrogation mark? Because I'm already seeing that quest there, return to Ogle.
Yeah, I was unable to talk with him or to
You were?
yeah, I will just show you.
Okay, that's weird.
So if I talk with him, it
Mhm.
asks me about to get a pickaxe.
Did we break something there? Because it's not supposed for you to talk. There's supposed to be a checkpoint. That is a message broadcaster. That's actually a speaker that detects when you get by. You're not supposed to talk with him. Maybe we broke something while fixing one part. Maybe we broke the other part. Okay, we'll have to test it. Not now, but we'll see what was happening. One silver nugget so far.
Yep.
Not bad. Today we do not have Wicked U2 on the chat. Unfortunately, could not make it to the stream. I have to say I miss Wicked U2 here. Here we go. Educational stone.
Some background music.
Yeah,
Mining.
it was a cell phone. It was a cell phone ringing.
Did you sometimes like set your favorite song to your ringing tone?
I
Did you have
used
this
to.
experience?
I used to, yes. But see, I have my. So I do like heavy metal, and having heavy metal as a ringtone sometimes it creates some weird experiences. Let's say.
Yeah, yeah.
Welcome, Philip. How you doing? Have you
I
also
did
did that
this
too?
something like that, and it's very fun when you're in some sort of meeting, like some, and then someone calls you, and then people are around you, like, why do we hear this? Like, why is this your ringtone, heavy metal or something like really strange? Like, yeah, my
Yep.
favorite so far is Heroes 3 theme song. So Heroes
Heroes
3,
3.
yeah, Heroes
Okay.
3, nice game, and there is a theme song, and I set it so every time I get called, it makes to smile. So I just play.
I just put
Um,
Heroes 3, but I got Heroes of Might and Magic 3. Um, is that the one?
yeah, I think Heroes of Might and Magic 3, Heroes 3.
Okay.
Yeah, Heroes of Might and Magic.
That is such a good game.
Yeah.
Oh my god, such a good game. I did not play the 3.
But you
I
played the
think I
fourth
was.
one.
I think I played the 6th. Let me check.
Oh, okay, okay.
No, not the
So
6th
we
one.
do
5th?
have one silver nugget.
Hell yeah, that's a hell of a loot. Congratulations, Ian. That prize will be sent later on to your wallet once the stream closes. Actually, I'm looking here. No, I played the 7. Like, how much franchise did they have? Heroes of Might and... No, actually, that's not the one I played. Okay, now I do not know the one I played. Maybe it was the
Um,
4th one?
well, was it old graphics?
Very old graphics, yes.
So it was third or the fourth one, though I really think that you played the
Not even the
third.
4th. Yep, not even the 4th. Maybe the 3rd, yeah.
Fourth one was like um I prefer the third one.
Not even the 3rd one. Maybe, but that presented himself as being Heroes of Might and Magic. It does not look like this one. Maybe it was the 2nd.
The franchise of Myth and Magic really is big. So was it like first person player,
It
or
was
was it
first person.
strategy? So
First
then it was
person.
not that the same game, because the game that I'm talking is only strategy, and it's from
Hmm.
top view game. Um, but yeah, there is. You will probably talking about Myth and Magic 14,
Oh wow, that's
or
very
maybe seven,
long
maybe
game.
seven. I also played seven. If it
No,
was
not
a first
7,
person.
8. Also not 8. Let me check for 9.
Um,
8. Okay, this looks more like it. It was 9. Okay.
nine. Okay, okay,
Might
yeah.
and oh,
It's
no, it's Might and Magic. Not
Might and Magic. So it's not Heroes of Might and Magic. It's just Might
no.
and Magic. Um, 322 confirmed. He played with friends on one PC by
Hmm.
turns, and we were playing, going in and out of the room because of fog of war. Yeah. It's really fun to do it. Um, but yeah, me and Gush played a lot of on one PC, just same team versus the bots. He's a bit better than me. In Heroes 3, but yeah, I played it a lot, especially with those um, beer Fridays. So just meet with Gush, have some beer, and what to do? Oh, let's play Hero 3, and yeah, it, I have spent many hours on that, just wonderfully entertaining. Yeah. Um, yeah.
Mosquito is
All
saying new
game.
contest. Create a Pickaxe Master new song. That would be cool. That would be very cool, I have to say. Just got a new member who is keen on hardcore, says Philip Lights. I see that we got a lot of musicians in here. And that okay, so the ones I was playing, it's actually just Might and Magic. You're saying like there's quite a big franchise on the
Yeah.
Heroes of Might and Magic, so that might be why would be a called game Heroes of Might and Magic, another game just called Might and Magic. So
Yeah, two
probably they're
different games.
from this, but they're from the same studio, no?
I'm not
Or
sure. No,
same franchise, I would say. No.
I don't expect them to be from the same studios.
Trying to see on the logos if they're somehow similar. Okay, I'll check it later. Also, I just remembered I have something to show you. Okay, let me try to get that because it's already printed. Miner of a Heart of Gold by Neil Young. I see what you're doing there. Background soft song. Like elevator song or miner song, soft song. Well, we're mining.
Like pirates have those upbeat, or I don't know how to, maybe not upbeat, but those really entertaining songs.
Mm-hmm.
We might have one for mining.
I would love that.
Because you have like some sort of rhythm when you
Mm-hmm.
do it, and it might work with those pirates banging onto the ship. I don't know.
So do you know that there's already AI for generating music, right? At least
Yeah,
I don't remember.
Refusion is probably the best one
Yes,
I found.
Refusion. Yes, it was that one. So I was watching someone that grabbed Prince music. I was like, hey, look at this because basically what it does is he reads the music and it turns into a spectrum. So you can see the spectrum as an image. So it turns music into an image, and then you say like, okay, create me a Prince music, and he's going to read that image, which is the spectrum of what's being played, and it will generate something similar from that, and then it's going to be played. I was like, it's completely looked like a Prince song, completely legit, but it wasn't. It was just made there. Yeah.
Yeah,
So maybe
interesting.
we can, yeah, we can make that competition. Like, let's try to generate an AI minor song because I'm not going to ask you for you to compose songs, record songs, edit songs, on all of that. I know how much work that is to put up for a contest. So I want to make something
Oh,
easy, accessible for everyone. So yeah, if you want to give it a try on that Refusion, correct?
yeah. Though, well, yeah. Probably Refusion can give you a lot of fun. Though probably if you want to create some sort of specific things, you have to start learning the model with something that you want to get, or just prompting. Well, you can probably get quite far with prompting, but it will have that his own style that you could not
Mm-hmm.
really get rid of unless you give it more samples of your music or music that you want to it resemble. It don't really need that much of samples to fine tune it. So yeah.
So you just have to take some
But
references. Like I want to be these song to be inspired like from this genre or these artists, so that it sounds familiar with that.
yeah, regarding the Refusion, I don't know what kind of data set they used and what kind of artists are in there. I
Hmm.
did not do a lot of testing with that, but I found that lo-fi, if you enter prompt lo-fi, it really gives a much better results. So it's basically trained on a lot of lo-fi music, which we can get like 24-hour streaming on YouTube. There is
Hmm.
like these kind of things. So I get it from there. But Go West is really, I think, asking the biggest question this moment regarding anything IE is,
Hmm.
so IE music copyright free? Um, and basically the answer right now, at least for what I know in the legal kind of terms, we don't know yet. Like um, there are some cases which Stable Diffusion uh, was was um, I don't know how to say this, but has to go to court with other company just because they probably used their images when training it. So that's really an ethical question, and I think that we will need some time to answer that because it's on legal side. And currently, as I know, there is no right like decision. So is it a is it a derivative work, or is it a transformative work? So basically, it's
Hmm.
what the court, the lawyer will
Like it's
decide.
is it a cover? So like it's a cover because it's very similar. Because
Yeah,
I know copyrights from music, and
yeah,
it's basically there's very limited things you can copyright in music. So I know that melodies are copyrighted. You cannot copyright harmonies, for example. Harmony. So an harmony is when you put up chords together. So a melody, it's a note by note. Like you're singing the jingle bells. That's ba-da-da, ba-da. That's a melody. So if
hmm
you go into harmony, it's single notes bundled up together. So you're playing single notes at the same time, and that will create like a chord. It's how I call it. And the chord, if you put one chord next to the other and next to the other, it will create an harmony. So songs are basically melodies on top of harmonies, and that's how you make music. I know that melodies they can be copyrighted. Harmonies they cannot be copyrighted. Songwriting lyrics can be copyrighted, but that's about it. So you have lyrics and you have melodies, and those you cannot copy. Now you can do copy harmony, and I think you can also copyright another thing, which is pretty much if it's you've got how do you call it? It would be like, for example, like you're saying, it's like is it a transformative work or is it what was the
derivative,
other word? Derivative work,
derivative.
yeah. So if it's like on the same tempo, the same harmony, there's the same mm, chord progression, there's all the same, and there's the same sound, but it's just singing a different melody and a different lyric to it. Maybe you can also call it like that. Public Enemy versus James Brown can't copyright a beat, but still need an artist's signature to publish. So there's also another thing that hip hop does, which is they also do the beats and they do the samples. So there's another thing you cannot be charged to pay for copyrights if you're using, and I think that this depends from country to country, but I believe it's something like 7 seconds. So if you're using a sample that's below 7 seconds of a song, you do not have to pay for any copyright of that. So usually what hip hop does a lot and rap is to sample like 5 seconds and they loop it. So you're not breaking any copyright rules because you're just playing 5 seconds of that song, but you're looping it. And then it becomes a new song. And I think I remember the song that G is saying here, that one. But basically that's that. So as long as it does not go over that, and you can see that on commercials as well. So if you're using a commercial that's going to be on a television and you're trying to avoid to pay those licensing fees of copyright music, they're probably going to put music that does not exceed 7 seconds, even though they have to change it after 7 seconds to another one. But
Um,
yeah,
I have a
that's
really good question for you, Bruno, and for all in the chat. What do you think? Um, Artificial intelligence, I don't know if it's a good word to call it artificial, like machine learning art. Is it a derivative work or is it transformative work? Like, is it um, um, is it changing something very important enough to call it transformative? So I will just probably get into these kind of things. Transformative, basically, it means that it changes something with a with a community, with
hmm
how we people behave and how we do make art, change art, create art, or just speak about. So is it transformative or is it derivative? Derivative, it's like you need some sort of, you need to at least watch one Simpsons episode to be able to draw a Simpson. So that's basically what they're saying that artificial intelligence is doing. Basically, it's having all of this data set which that makes all that it generates a derivative work. That means that it's standing on the shoulders of all of those creators and then creating something from there. But
I would
I
say
think
it's
the biggest question
derivative.
is it derivative? Is it transformative enough to call it a transformative? Because in that case, all of the IE, no, but yeah, no, talking about that, but is it more transformative or is it more derivative? Or to say it in one sentence, is IE art transformative enough to call it transformative and not derivative?
I would call it derivative because the algorithm is learning from something. So it's making a variation of what it's learned. It's not creating like, if imagine like this, you create a AI, but that AI is still has not learned anything. It needs reference. And you cannot go for a machine that has not learned anything, like, hey, create me this. Even like, I don't know what's this. I've never learned that. So I cannot create that. So it's always making something derivative of what has been learned. Sometimes it might mash techniques, styles, and blend all of that and might create something. I'm not sure if we would call it transformative, because it's always drinking an influence out of any given style. But that also happens to us humans when we're creating. We're pretty much all the time reinventing the wheel. There's sometimes that some new techniques are actually created, and there's some new inventions being made, but most of the time, I would say 99% of the time, we're just copying each other and just giving a new skin, new tone, new face, new something. But it's basically mostly the same.
Yeah. Well,
So yeah, I would call it derivative.
okay. Chat. Let your opinion show in there. It's really interesting what people think about this. Well, I think it's really transformative, like crushingly only transformative. Look how much people are able to create. It's transforming the way people are touching with art, with
But
music.
that's different.
Anyone
That's different. You're talking about the people, you're not talking the art itself.
but I'm talking about the art itself. The art itself is transforming all of the people. Like it's transformative. Like that's I think that's the definition of transformative art. Because yeah, it's definitely derivative. I totally agree with you. It's totally
For,
derivative. But
for
I think
music,
it's
for example, you're using AI is more specific into image. But if you go for music, it's not that transformative enough. It does not have that computing power, or there's not
um
enough
I
processes
would
for do
I
that.
don't know. I don't know. Well, for example, Refusion, you're completely aware of that.
Hmm.
Um, does not give you any ideas where you could use it? Like,
Not about giving me. I could have ideas on how to use on original songs. I don't need an AI to have ideas on that. So what I was referring to, the part of being derivative or being transformative. So as for being derivative, it's also getting its concept idea from something, and it will not derive that much from that something that's been created. So far, image, I would say that it's way more evolved than AI. Image is more evolved than any other art form. For example, video. For example, audio. Um, okay, so for image, there's a lot of things in image because you can go from the illustration, drawing, pictures, photos. There's a lot of categories just on the visual side. But for all the other ones, it's still very, very far away, I would say. But hey,
mm,
Fred, welcome back. And he's saying that it's only a matter of time. The genie is out of the bottle. I also
yeah.
agree.
So, well, yeah.
And Mr. Furious X
Interesting.
thinks that it's a little bit of both.
Um, yeah. I'm just interested to know what the lawyer will decide. And at least I'm thinking that it's gonna be one-sided. Like it's at least for me, it's obvious that it's transformative. Basically, it's changing how people basically, if people, like, for example, for you, Bruno, it's very easy probably to create music. For me,
Mm-hmm.
it's maybe not that easy, but I'm still able to do it because I trained on it.
Mm-hmm.
And but there are people who are completely unable, and
Oh,
this
speaking in
kind of
that.
tool, this kind of tool, Refusion, is
Mm-hmm.
able to create. Those people are able to create music, like in that kind of sense, or at least start to somehow touch with it. Like
By the way, I
art.
just wanted to say something really fast now that you mentioned music. I just remind so many things going on. I just launched an EP today with one of
Oh,
the
cool.
bands. And I just wanted to share if anyone is interested, and I will just share here the link for Spotify if you want to take a listen to it. So yeah, it was like, yeah, today 17th. This is the day it gets released. And by the way, we have only 20 minutes left and we still got to mine more at the Misty Mountain. So what do you say we raffle the next lucky miner?
All right. So the next one is for the general.
It is.
Okay.
Also, I'm going to paste here if anyone wants to listen to it. By the way, this is a bit heavy. This is some heavy metal stuff. But if you want to take a listen, that's for a Spotify.
All right.
Don't be
Let's
too much
shuffle.
terrified by this.
Let's shuffle and let's spin.
Let's spin. Let's do it.
Let's spin.
And here we go. Also, there's it's already on YouTube. Hell yeah! I'm going to put this on the background while we get to the stream.
Art and Com 1, are you here in the chat?
Hell yeah! I think it's its first time or second time that it gets chosen to be one of the lucky miners. Artecom, are you listening and watching this stream? Because if you are, you have been selected to be one of the lucky miners. We need you to tap in the chat so that you can claim your prize. It does not seem like it.
He did enter like the list very, very early.
I do remember he was typing before, like at the beginning of the stream.
Oh, he's here.
Is he here? Hell yeah. Well, we also have to count with the lag that's from streaming and actually the time that it goes there.
Yep.
Hey, Artcom, congratulations. You are one of the lucky miners. And we're going to check if you do have a pickaxe in your wallet. Because if you do, you'll have the same one into... so the NFT one you'll get the same one as in-game pickaxe to mine in here.
No.
If you don't, we're going to raffle, and Skibas is already saying that you do not have one, so we're going to raffle one for you. All right, good luck. Let's see if you're going to get an iron or a silver pickaxe. Okay, I would stop there. Do not pass that limit. Ah, God damn it. Yeah, it's a 1, so it's an iron pickaxe, and with that iron pickaxe, you do have 5 hit points to spend on this mountain. So let us know what type of blocks you want to mine. And I'm just going to take some notes in here. Let's get it mining. Let's go for dirt. So dirt takes away 2 hit points from your pickaxe. So we're going to mine 2 dirt blocks. And lastly, with that final hit point that's left, we're going to mine a sand block. Okay, it's going to be super fast, so get your fingers ready, type in good luck. And let's see if we can get some prizes here for Article. Now, where did it spawn?
Somewhere.
We'll have to find it,
search it.
which is
Oh,
good.
right here.
It's going to leave some time for the good lucks. Here it is. Oof, we got one left, one sand block. All or nothing. Is it going to be this one? Ah, god damn it. No prizes for you today, Artecom, but hey, do not worry. You've got plenty of chances. We stream 3 times per week, so all you have to do is keep joining, filling up that form, and eventually you'll get another chance to be one of the lucky miners. So, Gibbers, do you know how much the lucky miners we had during these last 30 days?
If I have to guess, so more than 110.
Wow, you literally no, we had a lot, but not that many.
Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah, totally. Because I was calculating that they are all different people. So yeah,
Yes.
just thinking that 50.
Okay, more than that. We had 60 lucky miners on the course of 30 days. So that's around the medium of 2 miners per day, which is really good. But since we are not streaming every day, we just have to make an average, and it would go pretty much like into 4 lucky miners per stream. So we do know that on Wednesdays, it's the Lucky Miner Show. It's only dedicated to mining. So usually during those, we are able to get in about 7 to 8 lucky miners. And during Mondays and Friday shows, we usually get about 3 or 4 lucky miners. So keep coming, keep filling up that forum, and you'll be able to get another chance later on. And hopefully you'll get a prize that time. Okay, we've got 8 minutes to finish up the stream. So, Gibash, I would say that we can pretty much raffle one more very quickly so that we can wish a happy weekend to everyone. And then we can close the stream.
Do we do it for pickaxe owners?
Yes, we'll do it for pickaxe owners this time. And let me check here really fast.
I'm shuffling.
Mhm.
And let's spin.
All right, let's spin. Good luck, everyone. So right now we're the current ones. We're the only ones streaming the Sandbox. But we do have Oddle Hill doing some marbles.
Then it's not a question. Mr. Furious X.
You got chosen?
Yep.
Hell yeah. Congratulations. So
checking.
we only need 2 things. Actually, 3 things. One, for Mr. Furious X to type in the chat. Second, we need to know what type of blocks we're going to mine. And third, we need everyone to send good luck vibes here for Mr. Furious X.
Oh, the wheel.
Let's wait a little bit to see if we still got Mr. Furious X in the house watching the stream so that he can claim his prize. So let me open up Twitch to get this ready for rating afterwards. I have a feeling that we will have to re-raffle. So let's bring it up, that Wheel of Fortune one more time. Let's do it. Let's spin it again.
And let's shuffle.
Mm-hmm.
And let's spin.
All right, again, one more time. Good luck, everyone. Let's see who gets to be the next lucky miner. Again, you do have to be here watching the stream to type in whenever you get selected for you to be able to claim the prize. Hey.
Is it Cartros?
It does seem like Caratros. Hey, congratulations.
Like straight in the middle of the wheel, of the section.
No doubt about that one. Caratros, are you watching the stream? Type in if you are, and let's get you mining.
It's always 2 spots after the respin.
But we shuffle.
I shuffle
all the
yeah,
time.
I did
Yeah.
shuffle.
It's just, hell yeah, we got Caratros in the house. Hey, how you doing? Been quite some time.
But just keep looking. Yeah, maybe this wheel is not the best. Maybe it's not. So yeah.
Maybe it's
maybe the
rigged.
shuffling is somehow. I'm not sure, but yeah. At least you know I cannot control the wheel.
The output and the outcome.
Yeah, and we all seeing in the same time. Cartros is saying stone, and let me just check what kind of pickaxe he does use.
I think it's a gold one. I would bet it's a gold one.
Yep.
It is?
Yep.
Okay. So
He
we're going
decided
for
to mine
stone.
Yeah.
Now we only have one thing left. That's missing before we start. You know what it is?
Yep.
You're like, I know I'm not going to say it. All right, everyone, please type in good luck in the chat so that Carrot Rose, our sand fam in here, gets the most luck in here from the Misty Mountain, and we get some cool prizes before we hop on into the weekend. So from our end, Carrot Rose, good luck. And while we're mining, by the way, let us know, how is Unit of Life going? I know that you got...
like that Tharnos Kilgrot is always like saying this for us. Like, good luck. Sorry to interrupt.
No, it's all good. I just wanted to know how is Caratro's builds going. Okay, also have some notes to take in here, so we're going to mine stone. And Artecom did mine dirt. I forgot to put that one on the notes. And
all right, let's mine. So Cartros is finishing the logic today. That's why he's quiet.
Oh wow!
Silver Nugget. Yeah, the logic is feeling your input.
Hell yeah, that's how we roll. That's how we like it. Hey, finishing the logic today, that's a huge milestone. I think that's especially when you're working on the game maker and you're about to finish, like I would call it like a process, like either map design or asset placing or logic making. Whenever you're close to complete one of those milestones, there's a feeling that I'm not sure like how to describe it. Do you remember, Gibbs, when you're like, hey, I finished to build this map, or I finished to make the... I would even break it into smaller steps, like when you're just laying down the foundation or the cave system before you are even decorating. Like when you achieve that, like, oh, I did this one.
Yeah, it's basically probably every problem can be made into smaller problems, like into little kind of sections. So, and if you do that, and it really is helpful. But yeah, well, I think that the thing what you are trying to say, when those maybe steps starts to compile, like, oh, that's fun. Probably when you did when you do the terrain and you start to add some assets, and then you just start to see the direction that the experience is moving, and it when it probably becomes a complex thing that it's hard to grasp it all in one view. Then I think it's, at least for me, it starts to really have a really interesting feeling, where basically I cannot hold it all once in my head with all of the changing things, and maybe just I I'm not sure actually what I mean, but basically what I try to say is I really felt that the difference is when you really worked for a long time and you really developed a lot of things, and you can basically see that. You basically can go and see like a lot of things working together, and having together, just compiling on top of each other, and just becoming this bigger thing than, for example, just only those blocks, or just, for example, that feature. I think it, for me, feel really interesting when I see them coming together.
Hmm. Yes, that's. I was not even going that further away. And welcome. How you doing, Aldea? Welcome to the chat. Welcome. Nice lurking. And what I wanted to say is, for those milestones, at least for myself, I try to cherish as most on every milestone that we get to achieve together. Um, I think they're healthy, like not trying to just rely on whenever everything is finished and you try, and you're like you were saying, like everything is starting to like bundle up all together and everything makes all the sense and all the logic, like you're wrapping up the experience. But even those smaller milestones, I try to celebrate them as much as possible. I think that's very healthy. Like you actually embrace every little aspect of the, or you can be grateful for every little aspect of advancement that you're making in your life. I'll just say that, like in your life. I'll not even go in your own experience. And it's pretty much like that. You tend to value those little accomplishments, and you tend to just appreciate that little things you are able to get and able to follow. Like, okay, I just arrived here. Yes, nice one. I'm happy. And then you move into the next one. You're able, like, but if you're only looking far, far away that you want to reach there, and you do not take any time just to enjoy those little steps you do along the way, you might become like it's always, because when you reach some place and you're already thinking into the next one, and when you finish a task, you're already thinking on the next one, and it feels like that's life. You're always pushing forward. So if you're always looking that so far away, when actually you get there, you're already looking far away at another thing, and you don't actually take time to live and experience that moment. Either way, that's too philosophical. Don't want to go there. And hey, we just reached the milestone. We finished ourselves another stream, and which we have almost been doing for a full year. So it's quite a milestone. So we're going to take some time to appreciate it and celebrate it by thanking you for being here and for coming by. We're sorry that the first half of the stream did not go as planned or intended, because unfortunately we're not able to go on the live experience in the draft gallery, and it was beyond our control. We'll try again next Friday with Fred and Ferd as well here on the stream, where we get to test new things on the multiplayer, and hopefully we get some conclusions as well, and we'll share those with you so that we can all learn together. So I want to say that thank you for being awesome. Thank you for being in here. We wish you a great weekend, and we'll be seeing each other on the next Monday. So before we go, Gibesh, do you want to say some nice words to our viewers over here before we close?
Of course, thank you for being here. I don't know, just keep the way you are. You're perfect. Like, yeah, thank you, everyone,
Isn't that like a
guys
song?
and ladies. Actually, it might be. It really, I think, can be a song, maybe. I, but when you said it, I think somewhere I feel like that neuron spinning just remember part of that song, maybe. I'm not sure.
All right. Well, everyone, have a great weekend. Gibesh, have a great weekend yourself as well. And We will be back on Monday where we're going to discuss some other topics we will see during the weekends. Or if you have any suggestion of anything you would like us to focus on during the Monday stream, let us know. Type in Discord, send us a DM, send us a message here over Twitch. Just reach out to us. And hey, we'll think about it. Everyone, thank you for being here. Have a great weekend. See you soon. Ciao.
In ancient times, the secret mountain was sealed by the dwarf titans with 5 powerful.
Let's skip that boring part and let's dig into business. I need your help.
Hey, where am I? This is a bit different from what I visited earlier.
Hey, come here quick.
Oh, me?
Yes, you.
How dare you to interrupt my story? I am the mountain.
Well, as I was saying, this is the Misty Mountain and has 2 things about it. One, it's filled with gold and diamonds. And there is some kind of weird magic.
What was the last part?
Instead, you can mine any dwarf streams, and all you need is a pickaxe.
Any dwarf streams?